Okay. All right, here we are. We're about to do this functional 24. It's about 24 exercises that just have functional movement in them for a quick explanation. So get your outfit ready. Itch anything you need to, and then stand nice and square. Take one foot and fold it underneath you, and then switch to the other. I'll give you some profiles. I'm just going to keep moving. We're going to do about 10 sets of these, going around the clock, just so that you can see the different ways that you can do it. I hope you're doing this at the same time. Maybe not rotating, but at least folding your foot under. When you're folding it, be gentle to the toes so you're not trying to hurt anything. You can step your leg a little further back than you normally might, or you can keep it nice and close. You can also hold on to a support system to keep this something that keeps your balance upright. If you're not holding on to something, then know you're improving your balance as you do this. I'm assuming this is our 10th one. Taking the knee forward on the right leg, roll the foot around and put the ankle back down. Bring the left knee forward and roll the foot around, allowing the heel to come down. Back and forth you'll go, right leg to left. This is ankle mobility, ankle mobilization. You might see me just get a nice rhythm going. My intention for this is to keep my body fluid. I hope you can too. You can go slower, you can go faster, whatever suits you. We're going to do 10, I know. Here we go. This is 8. I'm trying not to whip my hips. I'm trying to actually make my ankle articulate. I can actually hear it make changes, so I know I'm on the right direction or the right hunch. Now take the knee outward to the side. Bring your knee forward and put your foot down. Sometimes you'll see me show an extreme movement so I can show you that the knee is out. But for the most part, we're trying to leave our hips square and let the ankle do this motion. It changes what the 22 bones in your foot do. It allows the ankle, which is a 2-story joint, to find some mobility in those stories. And then it can show you whether or not you're using your hips and all sorts of other things to make your ankles move. To improve your balance, allowing your ankles a good amount of mobility with their strength is going to improve the quality of your life. Okay, let's just say we have 1 or 2 more to go. Sloppy or not, as long as you get something done that gives you some stability and some information about your ankles. So we're going to do the hoof next, hands on hips. Take your right leg, if you will, drag it back gently and lift up the heel, and then switch to the other leg. I'm picking up alternating right away so that you have to improve your balance quality. I'm showing this profile view so that you can see that I'm keeping my thighs flush, and I'm merely picking up that heel, trying to draw it towards my bottom. I'm not making my back arc. I'm not doing anything crazy with it. I'm trying to keep everything nice and stable and solid here. If I'm doing this correctly, my hamstrings and my glutes fire. Because I know we're doing 10 sets, I'm talking about all the things that can happen to improve the quality of this exercise. A little bit of a drag with the heel really makes the hamstring fire. And again, you're trying to create balance to stay nice and solid on top. Don't get top heavy and topple. One more side, and then relax. We're going to do a modified or a functional squat here, and I say modified because I don't necessarily want you to go super low. Hip width apart with your feet and knees. Bring your hands forward as you hip hinge back, and then push your hips forward to stand up again. Changing direction so that you can see it. We're hip hinging back as our arms come up, and then we're pushing the hip forward to stand up. The intention here is that the knees end up behind the toes, and the back stays more upright than pivoting forward. We're using the hip socket inside the socket, not the back to do the hinge. Okay, so I showed you some incorrectness to show you some correctness. Again, hip hinge back, hip thrust forward. Hip hinge back, hip thrust forward. Maybe 3 more. Keep your core active, keep your toes down. 2 more. And then 1 more. Synchronize your arms with your legs. Good. Okay, moving onward, we're going to do some standing knee circles. Bring your knee forward and around and out, and then the other one forward and around and out. Use your hands however you like. Keep moving. Breathing and continuing. With all movement, I highly recommend a Pilates overlay. That just means that you're incorporating your core muscles and your powerhouse muscles with all exercises, whenever you think about it, however you think about it. It gives your brain a chance to work with you, and it also helps you keep your spine safe. Keeping your spine safe keeps you healthy and allows it so that you can use your appendages. Now we're going to reverse that. So now we're going to bring the knee out and around, trying to step square. Again, this isn't about perfection, but it is functional movement. So we're moving the thigh bone in the hip socket. By trying not to overuse the hips and back, you can use just the leg. That was hilarious. I just saw my leg do something crazy. Back and forth you go, breathing, moving, allowing that to come into your system. There you go. How about one more set? We'll say it's 10. Excellent. And then we're going to do a lunge. I'm going to show you a profile of it. So you're just standing square. You've got your powerhouse working. If you work with Pilates or in my studio, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, contact somebody that does Pilates. Okay, take your right leg forward. And here you are in a simple lunge. Would you agree with me? And then step back. You can go as far forward or not as you like, but keep your front knee behind your toe. You're just stepping forward into lunge and stepping back. Not super complex. I said modify your distance with where you step, mostly so that you can stay safe. Right, you don't want to step so far that you have an erratic movement or it's hard for you to support yourself. So 2. What's happening is the back leg is getting an opening. And now we'll switch. So now the other leg forward or side B and step back. You can play with it. Sometimes I do. And I make circles so that I can see the entire room that I'm in. And I make adjustments. My back leg is getting some action. I can even feel the front of my thigh open up. My left leg is getting to balance me. And my brain is getting novelty. One more time. Just thinking outside the box. Okay, so those were front lunges. Now this is a side lunge. Stepping wide with your feet and a comfortable width, nothing too crazy. Bend one knee and bring it to the side. You want to line your knee with your toes, so then make that accommodation with a turnout probably. And then come back to square and go to the other side. Matching it to the original, maybe turn that one out as well. Now you have a nice simple side lunge that you can make. You're lining up your knees to your toes, but you're never getting out in front of your toes. Stay solid with your body, and let your upper body ride with your lower body, if that makes sense. So you're not doing strange extra movements, and you're not swiveling your hips. You're just going from one side to the other, riding the carriage of your pelvis with the turnout of your legs. This again increases your opportunity to work your hip line and your legs. Walking yourself back together, that was our side lunge. Now we'll do a side stretch. Stepping wide with the feet again, you can choose as wide as you like. Here we go, arms go out to the side. Bring one arm up by your ear and then stretch your body over to the side. Inhale, come back out into this T or star-shaped shape. Arm comes up and then exhale over. Inhaling back and forth through this exercise, trying to keep your hips somewhat square. And that's what I mean by a functional and Pilates overlay. We're using the pelvic floor to lift up, the navel and abdominal area to contract and support our spine, our upper abs to make our upper body coordinate and synchronize with the lower body, and then our breath is separate. We're inhaling up to the ear and then exhaling over. It has its very own action. Right, 1 or 2 more in each direction. We're marrying functional movement with core integrity. And then heel toe your feet back together. Relax for a moment. Okay, so this is quite a fun one. So bring your balance into gear. Think about that. Getting yourself set to go. And then as you're ready, bring your right knee into your chest and hug it. Swing it backwards, grabbing the ankle. Match the thighs the best you can. Stomach stays engaged and stretch your leg back. Bringing it in and sending it back. Back and forth you go. I'll give you a profile here. We're just trying to get the motion going. Keep going. Knee into chest. Leg comes back. Keep this active. Knee comes in. Work on your balance. Hard to look at the monitor at the same time. And continue. You don't want a lot of this or this. So keep tall as you bring your knee into your chest and stretch your leg back. Back and forth. 3 left. Stomach in, abs active. Tall posture, strong standing leg. 1 more, and back you go. Shake that leg out, other knee comes in. Bringing it in, all the same principles. What I can see the most in the video monitor is that my knee flares, so I keep trying to bring it in alignment and pull my stomach in. If I do that correctly, for me on my body, I'm discovering I'm getting a nice shoulder stretch, which probably means that's what I need. Back and forth you go, and back. There you go. What's nice about looking in a profile and having a mirror is I can see that even though my intention is to keep my stomach in, it is not an easy objective. Oh, there we go. And by doing that, I'm starting to feel my hamstring more. And again, and back. 2 more, lengthening back. And then 1 more, and back. Okay, shake your legs out. And now we'll do chest expansion. So again, you're standing nice and square with your frame, bringing your arms out in front of you. Inhale, pull your arms back and hold your breath. And then exhale and release. Inhale and pull. Open the tops of your shoulder heads of the arm and exhale. So right here, inhale, pull back. Engage your shoulder blades towards each other and down your spine. And exhale. Inhale. A little more pressure through the pinky finger rather than the thumb, and exhale. Inhale, straighten your elbows and reach your fingers back and for the floor, and release. Inhale, pull back, lifting the ears and the eyebrows, and exhale. 2 more. Inhale, pull back, unlocking the knees and lifting the pelvic floor. Exhale. 1 more time. Inhale, pull back, lift through your entire being, and exhale. Taking your arms now across your body, switch them so one thumb goes up on top. Allow your shoulders to rise up and then swing down. You're really inviting motion and the feeling of it. Now the core is staying steady, so I don't want you to rock backwards a ton. It's not this. It's more of a steady body and a happily swinging arms situation. Back and forth. There you go. And then slowly bring your arms to a still. And then start to crank up your shoulders or roll them around, whatever works for you, so that now they're moving instead of your arms. Rolling them around and then going the other way. No set number. I'm going for felt sense at this point, but if you were looking for numbers, 5s and 10s are great. And then you'll see that now I'm alternating. So I've gone forward, I've gone back, and now I've alternated arms and shoulder rolls in each direction. And then relax. Okay, from here we're going to do a see and say. We're going to be turning the head as you rotate it, looking to the right in the room where you're located, and then gazing over and looking towards your left. I like to embed what's called a see and say inside of this. So we're just rotating for a nice spinal movement in our head and neck area. And then whatever I'm seeing as I go across the room, I'm saying, whether it's out loud or inside my mind. For example, the camera, a light, a mirror, a poster, a yellow ball, a tree, a bench, back and forth I go. By doing that and seeing them and saying them, I'm acknowledging them with my visual acuity, and I'm improving my ability to see things and react to them. That's an improvement that you would find, for example, while you were driving or while you were using a computer monitor. In addition to just walking, allows you to interpret what's around you, and this benefits you to help you improve the ability to have good balance. Okay, so lots of reasons to choose that one. After that, we're going to go into our nice little hands behind the ears. It's called the ear muff. You're going to bring your elbows towards each other and then away from each other. You can start by inhaling as you bring them in and exhaling as you open, allowing your shoulder blades to go away from each other and then towards each other. Back and forth you go. Right. You can switch your breathing if you choose. Breathing in here, you could exhale and close your elbows, and then you could inhale and open them up. You could exhale and close, and inhale and open. Right. Whatever you do, just enjoy feeling your shoulder blades move and that the arms are helping you find that movement. Very light on the ears with your fingers. and absolutely have your core muscles active. One more time. Reach your arms out to the side and relax. Okay, so from here, give yourself a little profile view so that you can see me and I can see you. From here, I just want you to bend your knees, and this stretches the back compartment of your ankle and shin. Not complex. Back and forth, just this simple little bend. So here's the profile, and then here's the front. I have one leg in front and one leg behind. The one that's behind is what's feeling the stretch. 3 more times, I'm staying square. I'm using my core. 2, pushing some pressure into that back leg, and then switching. Supporting myself with my core, bend the knees, both of them at the same time, and then that's allowing my back calf and ankle to get a decent stretch. Here's the profile again. Bending and straightening. Right, tummy stays in, back heel stays down. Back and forth. And 3, 2, and 1. Okay, from here, we're going to go through a couple different exercises. This one, I want you to bring your right knee up into your chest. It's a balancing exercise. Hands reach underneath your thighs and interlace. Standing tall, kick your leg out straight, and then bend it back in. Try to control your movement so you can work on your balance. Maybe you're getting some leg action like quads firing or a hamstring stretch. Feel free to do that, even flex your foot. Your shoulders might be pulled down from the connection in your hands. Focus on the standing leg to get the bottom to fire. There you go. For these last 2, I'm going to give you a profile view. Stay tall if you can, and then 1. Okay, let the leg come down, shake some things out, and then we'll do side B. Set yourself square so that it's going to be a success. Bring your knee into your chest, interlace your hands and put them underneath the thigh. Stay strong with the standing leg as you kick and lengthen and strengthen the front leg. Back and forth you go. Other things to monitor is your breathing. That's it. And then maybe can you feel your tailbone reach nice and long? Yeah, elongating through the back of your neck and ears. That's it. And again, 2.5 more, and 1. Great. Shake your leg down, shake your body out. Okay, from here we're going to do a side stretch you've already done, but we're going to add a little balance to it. So nice wide legs, arms go out. You see me centering. In case you're wondering what letter it is, it's letter R. Take a leg and bring it across your body. That's the front leg. Now with the back leg, that arm goes up to the ceiling and stretches over. Inhale, come back out into what I call the starfish position. Cross your leg, lift the back arms up, and stretch over. I know it sounds strange. Step across, inhale, lift, and stretch over. Clearly more complicated, so I didn't introduce it right in the beginning. But the front leg is not the arm that stretches up and over. Inhale out. My left leg goes in front, my right arm goes up, and I stretch over. Inhale out equally, right leg in front, left arm up, stretch over. Now we're going to do 10 sets, so as we continue doing this, there's so many things to work on, like equal feet pressing into the earth, and our inner thighs participating with every move, and stretch over. Good. Inhale. Step over, lift up, pelvic floor in and up, navel pulled to support the supine. Inhale out, stretch across, then lift up. Engage your upper abs to make your rib cage support the lower pelvis position. Inhale, cross, lift up, breathing in, and then exhale across using your diaphragm and your breath to synchronize within the exercise. Arm goes up, and exhale and stretch over. Inhale, step broad. Cross again, lift and stretch over. How about one more? Cross, lift, and stretch over. Yo. Okay. Shake it out again. Fix your outfit however you need. Stand square with your body. As you're ready, bring your hands out in front of you, shoulder width apart, opening up your hands as wide as you can. Flatten them, make a fist, and then put it into the earth. I'm sure you're familiar with this, so we're just growing some sunshine. We're taking it to the horizon. We're making a seed, and we're planting it into the earth. While we do that, we want to have our core muscles active and our powerhouse Pilates posture in play. Sounds like a lot of words. And again, inhaling, straightening through the elbows, dropping the shoulders, but maintaining shoulder level height. Right, and again, finding that perfect posture, using mirrors, reflections, things like that, so that you can catch just what your body's naturally prone to do, given its natural structure. You're not trying to eliminate your natural structure, you're just always trying to enhance what you have. Then bring your arms down, shake them out, let some energy out of your fingers. There you go. I tend to walk back and forth as if it's going to get further away. Okay, so then again, we're going to go back into a side position. So now you can see why that first side lunge was so important. This one's going to be a little bit bigger, modified how you need to. I'll show you a variety of ranges. So we're going to side lunge over, and then we're going to twist and reach down to the opposite leg's toe. Then come back up, lunge, and go over. Now your arms get to do all sorts of things. You could keep them on your hands until you reached over, right? Or you can windmill them very much like some of the other exercises and reach across. You get different stretches, but you also get different weight positions. So choose something that works for you. You can make up anything you like. Now I'm bending the knee and then I'm reaching over. Keep that in mind. I'm definitely bending the knee first before I reach over. It might be a little millisecond before, but it's definitely before. My knees line up with my toes, so I'm not tweaking out my knees. And I hope you can tell I'm using my leg muscles, are you? I can feel both the insides and the exteriors, or the sides, the fronts and the backs. Just like the other exercises I taught you, keep your knee behind your toe. You can do it. Breathing, bending. I think this exercise feels pretty fantastic. So we're going to do 1.5 sets more. That's it. And over, and up, yum, yum, and over, and up. Place your hands on your hips, lift your heels, and heel-toe yourself back to square. Fix your socks if you're getting any crazy flat tires like I am from being at an angle. All right, so now we're going to hug a bear. Not a real one, an imaginary one. So conjure that up in your mind for whatever it looks like. Stand square. Bring your arms out to the side, and then bring them around and hug a bear, and really let the bear take up the space until your fingertips touch. Now, just because I'm hugging a bear doesn't mean my shoulders are up. They're actually down. And now I'm going to release the bear and open my heart and bring my shoulder blades together. Maybe I'll gaze up. You can see me. I'm in a little bit of a back bend. And then when I hug my bear, maybe I'll round over because he's smaller than I am, which makes it very safe to hug him. And then inhale and open up the heart, the collarbone, squeezing the shoulder blades together. Back and forth you go. Pilates overlay. Inhale if you like, opening, and exhale and close. We'll be doing 10. Almost all of these are 10, or some variation of 10. Then you can reverse your breathing when you're ready. So breathe in here and then exhale and open, inhale and closed. You can get as flary as you like and be as much of a butterfly as you prefer. You can change your bear into anything that you like. Just use your imagination to get this rounding in your spinal column and then this opening in your upper chest. One more time round and then open and then relax. Okay? Check that everything's all comfy, and then we're going to do what's called the Sam the Man. I named this after the Seattle Art Museum. There's a statue out in front if you've been, and it's this guy who's got a hammer and he's hammering things. We're going to do something similar and kind of silly. We'll see how well our balance goes. I'm going to give you profiles so you keep moving while I shift directions. So don't watch me too much. Try to listen more. Bring your right knee into your chest and your right arm up. When you're ready, take your left arm forward and bring your right leg and your right arm back, pivoting on your left leg. Then come forward. Right knee comes up, right arm comes up, left arm goes back. You're standing on your left leg, pivoting forward, bringing your left arm forward. Right arm back, right leg back. Rising back up again, and going back out again. Now, say the man just has one arm, we have everything moving. So right arm, right knee, left arm forward. You try to get yourself out on the horizon line while you pick your right arm and right leg back behind you. Coming forward and going back. Right, you notice I'm taking my time. I'm coordinating my balance, my conversation. If your breath is your synchronicity, it's going to be so smooth. So work on your breath, number one. 3 more times. Then work on your eyes. Let them track slowly and methodically. Let them not fixate on anything. 1 more time. Work within your powerhouse. Use your Pilates to find your way through this functional move. And then relax. Ooh, my standing leg gets tired. Okay, so other side. So here we go. Left arm, left knee up. Then start to reach them back as you bring the right arm forward, pivoting on the right leg. Reversing it, right arm goes back, left hand, left knee come up. As I said before, try not to focus your gaze on anything set. Rather, track the room as if it were a ball. So you're looking up and down in an arc. Nicely done. Keep working on your balance while I shift profile so you can see the dynamic variations. And then the work to try to get onto the horizon. I have no idea how square I am, and I doubt I'm very square because I can tell my balance isn't very solid today. So what? At least I'm doing it. 3 more times, let's say. 2 more times. Left hand, left knee. Then reach across the horizon oppositely. Ooh, that's better. And then 1 more time. And stretch back. Good. Okay, come to standing, shake it all out. That's stand the man, we like that. Next, take your hands. Place them behind your pelvis. You really want to snugly hold your pelvis. So that's the SI joint. From a profile, your elbows are back. Let's see if I can give you an angle so you can see into the elbow a little bit. There we go. So your elbows are back, but you want to be bringing them together. In the action of the exercise, you're going to inhale and lift your upper chest and squeeze your elbows together. And then you're going to exhale and relax them down again. You're going to inhale and roll your shoulders back, squeezing your elbows together, lifting your chest. And then you're going to exhale and relax the wings of your elbows back out. Hopefully you're standing hip width square if you were wondering. Inhale and lift up again. And then exhale and relax. As you continue, yes, your navel's in and up. Yes, your cousins are busy. Your upper cousin's the busiest. And then release. And again, inhale and lift yourself up. And then exhale and relax. Maybe imagine you're a butterfly on a flower in a beautiful sunny meadow. Inhale and exhale. 1 more time. Inhale and exhale. Release your wrists. Relax your body the best that you can. We're going to do a fold in half. I'm jumping out of the picture. I'm coming right back, I swear. You can hear me. I'm grabbing my ladder barrel so that I can do my fold in half. There we go. And then I'm going to position him so I know he doesn't move, hopefully this time. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, so fold in half is next. Countertop. You can use a wall. You can use a bench. You could use a standing dog if the dog doesn't move. Something like that. You're just folding in half so that you can get some nice stretches through your spine and armpits. And then coming forward into a plank, pushing your heels down, keeping your stomach scooped, keeping your bottom active, shoulders down. Hinge back again. When you hinge back, you have permission to release your shoulders up towards your ears. But as you come forward, the permission is to bring your shoulders down or toward your hips. Hinge back, you can let your shoulders rise toward your ears. And then coming forward, pulling them or engaging them down your waistline and into your hips. As you hinge back, lifting your tailbone up, keep your feet nice and square on the floor. As you come forward with square feet, open up the front of your thighs, engaging your glutes, and repeat. Square feet, lifted tailbone, Square feet, lifted glutes. Back and forth, the stomach is active. The shoulders are opening. 3 more, we're looking for 10. Hopefully we're somewhere near there. You can always pause and do more, or you can jump ahead. Good. One more time, keeping the patience of the exercise in focus. And then walk yourself forward. Clearly that squares you out and makes your body nice and healthy. Truly easy to access just about anywhere. Going off screen again. Hold on, I'm coming back. And then we're going to do our T-Rex roll down. Okay, T-Rex. Shorten your arms up, then you are like T-Rex. Stack your body up, hopefully right on top of itself. I'm kind of there, I can't tell. And then lift up, and then roll your head forward, then your neck. Then let your shoulders come. And then let your chest cavity truly try to roll in on itself. It is not an easy accomplishment. And then let your low back round, the whole while trying to keep your hips over your ankles. I'm getting down to my lower back. They're bigger bones, so they move at a different rate than those smaller upper bones. Okay, so I've gotten to where I want to get, which is my forearms are on my thighs, kind of roughly, sort of. I'm going to peek in the mirror and see if I've kept my hips over my ankles. Pretty close, not too bad. And then I'm going to roll my pelvis up, and then roll those large bones long and on top of each other. They have to work with each other to reach away from one another. Going through 32 bones is no quick feat if you really want to get as much length out of them as possible. Again, inhale, lift up, you're standing square, articulate your head, and then your first vertebra. It's about 3 of them, and then you go get the other 4. And now you're working through the 12 in the rib cage. Yeah, your rib cage has vertebra that can round and move. Yep, now you get into the base of your rib cage and you're getting into those really big lumbars. In my opinion, they take the longest time to get through, but then, you know, that's why we're watching the videos. So lifting up your kneecaps, pelvic floor 2, roll yourself up, thinking about your trochanter. Open up the front of your thighs, lifting your spinal column up and off your hips, elongating, synchronizing that elongation with your muscles. One more time, lifting up the corners of your mouth and your eyebrows. Bring your head forward and ask all the vertebrae to work in synchronicity to articulate as a unit. Forward. Lifting through your pelvic floor, keeping your feet active and equally spread. Oh boy, that one happened nice and smooth. And then roll back upwards, which makes me feel by the 3rd one I've synchronized them and I've gotten a lot out of the exercise. Awesome. Woo. Okay, last thing, here we go. We're going to get onto the wall. Walk yourself onto any wall that you can. If it's a door, make sure it's the side of the door that closes versus the side that opens. Walk your heels away from the wall so that your back is anchored. The door reference is to keep you safe, so take a moment to think about it. You'll understand what I mean. And then with your legs, they can be hip-width apart or a turnout. I'm going to stick with hip-width apart. It's good for me. And then inhale, bring your arms up. Then exhale, bring them around. Inhale, making nice circles, but keeping your waistline against the wall. Inhaling, lifting your kneecaps versus pushing down on your feet. Reverse, lift your arms out to the side, bring them shoulder width apart, and exhale, press your arms back to meet the wall. Inhale as you come up, shoulders stay down. Exhale, abs and ribs pull back with the arms into the wall. Inhale, long body. Exhale, pull back to the wall. Gently walk your feet back all the way up to the wall so that the heels are touching. Lift your posture as tall as you can. Press your arms into the wall. Look straight ahead and walk straight ahead. There you go. Okay, so there's your functional 24. The letter again is letter R for the functional 24. I hope that's helping you fill in the blanks. I hope that felt good. That one took us, I think, 34 minutes, a little longer than I hoped, so you can cut it down if you choose, and maybe match it with 1 or 2 shorter videos or one, or go for a walk, something like that. Alrighty, thanks you guys. Oops.